Hey Well Mag and So Nicki gang fans, it's me, So Nicki, and today I'm here in the middle of London with none other than the most talented rapper I've heard in a very long time, honestly. Joe Young, how are you?
I'm fine, how are you?
I'm so good. You look really good, can I just say?
Yeah.
It's very simple, but I like it, and it's because you got nice eyes too.
Oh, thank you.
So something that's really hot of yours right now, Eviction, featuring Max B, Method Man, Dave East. That's a very star-studded lineup.
Hands On is on it too, and the beat is by Dame Grease.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that is a very star-studded project, I should say.
Is it?
I think so. These are like really talented people, in my opinion.
Okay.
Right, and I'm sure you thought they were talented. If not, you wouldn't have worked with them.
No, I would like stars and talent is like.
You
to
think
me
it's two different
yeah,
things?
yeah.
Yeah.
They definitely talented, but I don't
100.
like stars. No, not yet.
You're like, not yet.
Method Man is, like legends, and like they not rappers, they MCs. So I don't, it's more like that.
So, with being a rapper and MC, would you define like which one of the two would you define as being lyrically talented?
Rappers do what the record label want them to do.
You think so?
Yeah, and MCs do what they need to do.
I like that definition. I don't think I've ever heard that.
Yeah, I'm an MC. I'm not a
You're an
rapper.
MC. That's right. Okay, so guys, so just for future references, Joe Young is not a rapper.
Yeah.
He's an MC.
Yeah.
You've heard the definition, so don't comment and ask what does it mean because you heard what it means. Right, so Eviction's doing really well. Over 1 million views on World Star.
On YouTube it's at 1.8 right now.
Wow, that's actually really good, and I think it's a really hot track too.
Thank you.
Okay, so with that, because you've got such a really talented lineup for that track, if you could walk into a studio and someone said, okay, there are 3 different artists here that want to work with you, we've got the studio time, we are going to put this song out like tomorrow, who would you want to work with?
I kind of work with everybody I wanted to work with already, so I can't really answer that question.
But then if you can mix up on your own accord, or the other features that you've done, has it been all on your own accord?
Yeah.
Everything?
Yeah.
Wow. Do you know what I like about you? Is like you're very straightforward, you know what you want, and you know what you're delivering.
Yeah.
Right. So in this sort of like new age of rap and artistry, what do you think about the term mumble rapping?
It's just kids on too much lean and pills.
So do you think that
It's the feminization of the black youth.
Like describe that a bit more for me.
Like the labels, they like. It's like a lot. Like for me, mumble rap destroys the black community to a degree. I don't want to say it the wrong way, but I feel like it because it's the feminization of the black youth.
Okay.
Like man purses and mohawks and skinny jeans and Ugg boots and wearing skirts. Young Joc wearing a dress. Like it's just too much. Like it's like crack. Like the Reagan era when he put all the crack in. Like the black youth is just not only the black youth but the youth in general is being programmed to accept that type of stuff.
Because it is very different. Like on Instagram the other day, I saw a picture and it was like 4 different pictures. It had someone, it was a cartoon type picture. So you had someone dressed up in 80s, 90s and noughties rap. So, and like the way those characters were dressed in those pictures, it was so different. And it's almost like what you're describing, that the genre of rap definitely has changed, because listening to you, like I said, I think you're very lyrical. When I listen to some of the track on Invincible Armor, it's kind of like taking me back, and I'm listening to old music, but then with the old rap, it makes sense and it tells more of a story and it builds more of a picture, but then personally, I don't know if you agree with me, with rap nowadays is more like they're jumping from one subject to the next subject to make it sometimes kind of just rhyme.
I mean, the thing is nowadays, like, it's really, I mean, beside a few artists, it's really not about content anymore. It's just about that one song. Like, artists are not known for their full body of work anymore. They just known for the song they have.
That is very true. I actually do agree with that.
Yeah.
So
it's moving at such a fast pace. It's just crazy. Like, but that's in like every aspect of life. Like nowadays, over Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, you can see like instantly what's happening in the whole world. Like instantly. Like it's a lot of information. So people, they don't get time to settle with one situation and live with it for a month or two. They gotta live with 200 situations every day.
Yeah.
Like back in the days when the terrorist attack happened, that shit bothered us for like 2-3 months, and now this shit like every day. Every day you can see it. So it's just moving too fast.
I definitely understand what you mean. Like every day there's always something to distract us from the important news that we've heard the day before. Right.
But the news that we hear is not the important news. The news that we hear is the news that we are programmed to hear.
Like when Houston, like shout out to people in Houston. I hope everyone's okay. Prayers out to Houston.
I got one question for Houston for you.
Okay.
Do you think a 63-year-old man is able to do what happened there?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Because something like what happened in Houston, like with the excess flooding, I can only just imagine how emotionally draining it must be. And someone who's 63 can't really deal with that. With big things like that happen, it can actually deeply affect someone to even, dare I say, death. Right?
Yeah, so it's just, it's too much going on.
There is too much going on. So, even so, one of the tracks I heard on Invincible Armor, out of like the whole album, this is the only thing that got stuck in my ears was, I don't want to swear because I'm trying to look cute. So, was F Donald Trump.
Oh yeah.
That was the only thing that I heard. And then I was like, oh Jesus, like, you know, when I had like a little clutch impulse moment, like, oh God, he took it there. Right. So, being from America, I visited New York recently. It was my first time in America in June. Loved it. And it was like the whole mood change when I was in an Uber and we drove past Trump Tower. So, how do you feel like, especially being black as well, how do you feel like you can carry yourself from owning a certain status, I should say, in your society, helping people move on and not to be oppressed by the fact that Donald Trump is in power? Like, how are you willing to help yourself and others around you carry on from that mentality that Donald Trump is president, things can't happen?
I would just say don't think too much, just watch your thoughts. Like, it's just don't, like, Donald Trump is not in power. He's just the most accessible puppet that's being used. So every dumb decision that's being made, Donald Trump is straight up stupid, so he could do it.
Okay.
So it's different people like Rothschild and Bilderberg and stuff like that. They run the whole thing. They make us believe that Kim Jong-un is a maniac. He's not really a maniac.
Like, me personally, I actually don't really understand that story too tough because of how big it's gone.
I can break it down. Now, you know why? You know why Gaddafi died. You know why Saddam Hussein died. You know why there's war in Syria. Why they messing with Kim Jong-un. It's one reason.
And why is that?
They want a Rothschild bank in each of those countries.
So all this comes down to money, basically.
Not money, power and time. It's not really money. Because money is an illusion that's sold to us. Like it's worthless. It's a piece of paper. So we we live in a whole. We don't even know what's going on over there. We way over here. So all these people that's labeled terrorists and stuff like that, beside the ISIS, I mean, they was built by the U.S. too, but that's a whole different story.
Different.
But all these people that's labeled maniacs, they just want to defend themselves.
Like, that is definitely a very deep sort of subject. But then I can tell, like, just from this conversation, that you are a very, very intelligent man. And I hear that in your music also.
I'm just woke.
You're just woke.
Yeah.
I like that. You're just woke.
Yeah, I'm just woke. I don't know what's going on.
So am I, guys. To an extent. Right, so let's move on to you, Joe Young. So, again, I kept talking about how rap is changing. Rappers have different images now. You even brought up Young Joc in the dress.
Oh my God.
So, even putting on that, would you ever do reality TV?
No.
No. Not even if the money was right?
You can't pay me for something I don't want to do. You can't pay me. I got money, so I don't need it.
That's right. I know that's right.
Yeah, I don't do shit for money that I would have to compromise myself, my dignity, to let somebody else. I don't know in my personal life.
Like walking around with cameras, like even being around you just now, even before the interview, you're just very calm and laid back, and you just do what you do, which is not a crime. Just because like you are very talented, people know you for being very talented, doesn't mean you should act out. As I should say.
No, I mean, right? It's everything, like, it's just, I don't know, like, it's more important things in life than, it's bigger than me. Like, we just in a room full of energy. So I'm just part of that energy thing.
Okay.
So I'm not really into glamorizing myself. I want to be a role model.
That's good.
Yeah, so.
That is real good. So so back to your music, your affiliation with Wu-Tang. Did you ever think, like, when you were growing up, you would ever be affiliated with people who are like the pioneers of the hip hop game?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
How?
It's power in words. You can speak things into existence. Like the universe is listening non-stop. So if you give that energy out the whole time, it's going to come eventually.
Okay.
So you just get put on that path. You're on that path. If you think about it, and you really wanna do it, you can do whatever you wanna do. Like it sounds like it sounds washed up, but you can really do what you wanna do. Like, and
I think you can. And
Trump being president really proves that you can do whatever you wanna do. Like, and that's crazy. For him, like it's a negative thing for him because I don't know why he's in the White House. But you can really do what you want to do.
Okay. Do you feel like, even though for Americans, obviously I'm not American, I don't understand what it is to actually be there in that environment, like for a long period of time. But then, do you feel like music changes everything? It changes like your mentality, how you feel towards like social situations.
No, it's an illusion.
Really?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
So even when you write something, how are you hoping that it's perceived?
I don't know. I just hope people grab what they can grab if they decide to do it. Like, I just do music to, I don't know, express what I think. Like, because this Invincible Armor album is really the anti-Donald Trump album.
I got that. I got that.
So, I just want to help people wake up, like really wake up, like see things for what they are. That Donald Trump is just a very poor, sick man. He's a puppet. He don't have no power whatsoever. He's just being used.
I do think that's actually a beautiful message for you to send out there to the masses and say, do you know what, this is what life is right now? Because again, there are some people like me, sometimes I don't get the full understanding, and there are people like that out there. So with Invincible Armor, is there anything else that's coming up next for you?
We're working on the Meth Lab album with Method Man and Hands On.
Okay.
We're working on an album with Wiz Khalifa, like Taylor Wave Project. I'm working on a few records with some German artists, shout out to Bushido.
Because you're originally German, aren't you?
Yeah. And yeah, we're doing the clothing. We're working on new designs.
Which is Wu-Wear.
Yeah, it's Wu-Wear. And we just started a big campaign for the store chain. It's a big store chain.
Okay.
In Germany, we started a campaign yesterday for the new line. We partnered up with them for. Yeah, so that's basically what we're doing. I told you about the movie, right?
Movie? No.
The Netflix movie?
No.
Yeah, we having we got a Netflix movie coming out soon called KOPC Origins. We already had the screening in New York.
Okay.
Hosted by Angela Yee.
Okay.
And we got a.
Is that something we can expect before Christmas?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And for next summer we got a comedy movie with DMX.
Lovely. DMX.
Mhm.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I'm in that movie too.
Okay.
So yeah.
So you've got a few things lined up. So
Mhm.
we've got a few things that we can expect to see from Joe Young.
Yeah.
So quickly before we go, so we're in London. Is there anything you've got planned as you're here? Any artists you'd want to see, particular UK artists? So I'm going to put you on the spot now.
No, I'm not here for that.
You're not. Just cut them off from like the room.
Yeah, no, I'm not here.
No?
No, I'm here to do this. Like it depends on my mood all the time. Like right now, I feel like I'm not here for that. It can change in the course of the day. Like I don't know.
So is whatever out there that attracts you, kind of?
If I receive, like for me, I'm a very energy-driven person.
Yeah.
So if it's the right thing to do, I will know.
Okay.
Before it happens.
Okay. I like that though, the whole energy thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So right. So Well Mag and So Nicki gang. So that was me, So Nicki, with the amazing. This has been a really good interview, by the way.
Thank you.
I like how deep it got.
Yeah,
I really do like that. And this is Joe Young. I'll see you guys soon.